Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be looking at the Frost DK talents for Legion. Now, I'm really excited to talk about these guys. First off, thank you for bringing this to my attention, guys. This is really cool. It answers a lot of questions I've been curious about, and I can imagine it's going to answer a lot more people's questions just to hear about this stuff. Now, check this out, guys. For the level 56 talent, I'm going to go over what I'm going to spec probably if these are, reflecting or are exactly what the Legion talents are going to be by the time they're done tweaking them. Basically for 56, I'm going to rub Sub-Zero, which basically is going to increase our killing machine to make our next Obliterate deal 30% damage is frost damage, which that's awesome. That's awesome. That's like major top end. That's going to be really cool. And if it's frost damage, I believe it's also going to stack by mastery, which is going to make mastery stack onto obliterate using that ability, which is why I'm going to go with that. Icy Talons, it increases your melee attack speed by 25% for 3 seconds. I really like the sound of that. I don't really like that. That may be more of a PvE thing, but I don't think I'd go that for PvP. It's more like a grind than a burst, but we'll see. Now the other one is, this might be a viable talent also, is without remorse. Basically, killing machines now affect frost strikes. Now that was something I was afraid to lose. And your auto attacks are more likely to generate killing machines. So killing machine will proc a lot more with that ability, which is pretty awesome, I must admit. So I mean, my choice is going to be between these two talents, generally. And they're both going to be based around different playstyles that build into stuff later on, which I might actually talk about those right now. Why not? So basically, Sub-Zero basically increases your obliterate damage. So that means you're basically going to base your main rotation off of doing mainly obliterates, because in the end, you're going to want to link that probably with Breath of Sindragoza, because if you were using without remorse and using your frost strikes as some of your main damage, so killing machine would affect that, and of course your obliterates would hit a lot less with that ability, and basically with that you wouldn't want to be runic power starved and go Sindragoza, because you're basing around a fuller rotation kind of like it is now, and you'd probably go glacial advance if you're linking it with without remorse, which is pretty cool. And I started looking at it, and I went, "Holy crap! There might actually be multiple playstyles for Frost dual wield coming up, which will be really cool. Like multiple viable play styles." Now for the 57 talents, we got Frozen Pulse, which is really cool. Your auto chance have a chance to radiate intense cold, inflicting frost, which is really cool to all nearby enemies. Now imagine this, guys. You linked this Icy Talons, which increases your melee attack speed after frost strikes. You link it with Frozen Pulse, and you might have a pretty intense AoE effect right there. But I couldn't tell right now because of the stacking with the AP percentage that this is dealing. But like this could be some, like that one link with that one. Like, you know what I'm saying? There should be multiple builds here, and it's gonna be really cool, guys. Let's see where we're biting winds. Now this is the one I'm probably gonna try out the most. I like this idea. Increases the chance for obliterate to trigger rhyme by 25%. Basically, on that obliterate, it's gonna give you that 100% or 300% howling blast, which is gonna be huge. Now imagine you link that with Sub-Zero, so your obliterates have that 30% extra frost damage. Boom! And then you hit him with a 300% howling blast that's gonna be free. That'll be pretty nuts. Now imagine you could store up to 2 charges of killing machine. So and rhyme. So you can be like waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for your burst, waiting for your burst. You got rhyme twice. You got 2 obliterates stored up, and of course you're using this 30% damages frost talent, and you just unload burst and just 2 big obliterates, and then 2 rhymes, or you can open up with 2 rhymes first and then throw in the obliterates trying to proc extra rhymes. Like, you can do some crazy stuff linking those together, guys. I'm really excited about trying that. And vice versa, if you wanted to use that, you could go with that ability. And of course, use frost strikes and obliterates. But I'm thinking some crazy stuff's about to go down. Now this one's really cool. Soul Asylum. It talks about Hungering Runeblade now starts with 5 souls already trapped, and the damage of the explosion is increased by 15%, which is relating to one of the abilities we talked about in the previous video. About that AoE. I don't is it on here? I don't believe it's listed on here for some reason. I think there's a few things that are left off or still haven't been tweaked a bit. Compared to some of our other notes, we've noticed there's changes, so I'm not quite 100% on these talents. I mean, if they are, cool, but I mean, we got to play with a lot of stuff and learn a lot of stuff, so let's learn some more. Level 58, we got Runic Longevity. Now, this is probably what I'm going to use. It looks really interesting. We gain a 7th rune, and it will increase the regen rate of your other runes by 10%, which is going to give you like a longer rotation. Throat's really scratchy today. A longer rotation, guys, which is going to keep you going longer, of course, and probably a bigger burst with that extra rune. But that'll be yet to be seen to test that out. Now, the reason I want to go this one, now hold on, my build's going to be something like this. Now, why not Runic Empowered and Runic Corruption? They're both being nerfed by like 0.25%, which is actually quite a bit. Basically, they only have like a 25% chance to proc on hit, which isn't really that big, guys, when you think about it. So I think the Runic Longevity is going to be your overall better talent to go for that, at least in my opinion. We still got a lot of testing to do on that. Level 60, March of the Damned basically makes it so you can't be slowed below 100% movement speed. So if you're like being kited or something, that could be absolutely amazing. Otherwise, I'd probably still have to take Desecrated Ground just to break all CC. Now, this is kind of a cool one if you're facing like some crazy caster comps in Arena. Increase the anti-magic shell duration by 60% and the maximum absorption value by 50%, which I believe is kind of like taking the role of one of our old major glyphs. But that's okay. I'd probably still go with Desecrated to break major CCs. The other are kind of cool. Still need to test that one out probably. Because I haven't really felt it in a long time without having the natural non-slowing effect, I suppose. Alright, so level 75. Talent. Purgatory. No. 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 Alright, Death Pact. Heals it. Okay, it's just pretty much 50% heal and absorbs healing equals to 25% after the Death Pact heals you. So that's staying just about normal. That's probably what I'd go with in level 75. Improve Icebound Fortitude, which this one is still bugged, kind of like the other one we saw, 60,000, which doesn't make sense. And increases damage reduction effect by 15%. So that kind of tells us what it's actually doing. The level 90 talent we're going to be using is, I like Gorfine's Grasp, but we're not going to be using that definitely. See, it's definitely going to have to be, this is confusing to me right now, guys, is in some of our other nodes, Remorseless Winter was reportedly not in the game, but it's on this talent. So it definitely is going to be like, you can either pick Remorseless Winter or Asphyxiate. Probably going to go with Asphyxiate. You got to remember, that's only a 4-second stun, not a 5-second stun now. And Remorseless Winter is just so easy to get rid of. But it is a 6-second stun instead of a 4-second stun. So it does hit a little harder. So I might go with that just for the selective damage. And then for the level 100, because this build is based off Obliterates, of course, I don't need the Runic Power, which will add into that burst damage. And of course, those Howling Blast procs that are just going to be like mega. And I'm going to finish that off with some Breath of Sindragosa. And I'm definitely going to have to say that is going to be probably my spec for Legion when it comes out. Because it goes up to 100, guys. So once it launches, this will probably be it. Pretty close to it, at least. Other than that, we'll reset it. The other build I was talking about would be going Remorse. Which fine. I'd still probably take that one because that's just OP. Still go with that. Still probably go there. Still probably go there. Still probably go there. But in the end, since I'm planning on using more Frost Strikes, probably go into Glacial Advance. Definitely. but I still like the other build better. I still like it. Still like the other build better. Now this is the other build I was talking about. That was kind of weird. Talking about increase the attack damage, and then your auto attacks increase the radiant intensify in deflecting frost. So that just kind of adds into that. You add that and you increase the attack speed. You make that a big AoE frost. You make the enhanced room and the longer rotation. You might even break off to March of the Dam to keep up speed on the target, which would kind of be cool. Of course, that healing effect. Since you're keeping up with things, maybe they won't be able to peel off or dispel. You could go Remorseless Winter with this target, but it looks like you're using Frost Strike, so you would want to go Breath. You'd probably go Glacial Advance. That'd be an interesting build. I don't know. We just kind of winged it on that last one. That was kind of iffy, but that's gonna be it for Frost. Definitely, guys. We'll take a peek over here at Unholy. Little stinkers of talent. That's what we were wondering about. Okay, what else we got? Dealing damage, Death Coil, Dark Transformation. That's cool. So you can just pop that out there after you deal a few of those. Raise Dead. So okay, you can either summon an extra minion or get that little stinker where you hit them and make gas clouds. That's cool. What else we got? Anything really interesting here? I'll actually put the link of this down below if you guys want to look at it yourself. Those are all the same. Those are all the same. All right, this isn't the same right here. This is that extra pet, guys. That tortured spirit you can launch at people. I was telling you about yesterday. That is interesting. I did want to see that. That's gonna be a really cool ability. All right, let's check out the blood tank. Bloodworms. Bloodworms are back, guys. Bloodworms are back. Yeah. All right, we got Feeding Frenzy. Increase the potency of Death Strike heal. That's pretty OP. Rapidly. Interesting. I just want to see some of the good stuff. Where's the good stuff here? Gain a charge of Bone Shield. That's nice. All right, this is what we want. Bone Storm. All right, a world of bone and gore batters. Yes, that's what we wanted to see. You can either get Bone Storm or Breath. That's going to be cool. I want to see all them blood DKs using the new Bone Storm. Just saying, guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for this little review video of the talents for Legion, I suppose. Guys, until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.